Picture yourself rushing through another day, your mind tangled in a web of to-do lists, notifications pinging relentlessly, and a quiet, nagging feeling that something essential is slipping away. You have so much: a closet full of clothes, a phone brimming with apps, a calendar packed with opportunities. Yet there's an emptiness, a subtle ache for meaning that no new purchase, no fleeting success seems to soothe. Perhaps you're caught in the scroll of social media, measuring your life against polished snapshots of others' highlight reels. Or maybe you're lying awake at night, wondering why joy feels like a guest that never stays long. Life in our fast-paced, consumer-driven world can leave you feeling unmoored, overwhelmed by clutter, and trapped in a cycle of chasing more stuff, more status, more validation. But what if the secret to lasting joy isn't found in adding to your life, but in pausing to cherish what's already here? This is where the Japanese perspective on gratitude steps in, a gentle, transformative lens that can ground you in the present, lighten your heart, and weave your days with purpose. Drawing from philosophies like wabi-sabi, ikigai, and the quiet art of mindful appreciation, this approach invites you to cultivate deep gratitude, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a way of being. Let's journey together into this wisdom, exploring how it can help you find peace, clarity, and a richer connection to the life you're living right now. Gratitude, in the Japanese perspective, is more than a polite thank you or a list of blessings scribbled in a journal, though those are meaningful starting points. It's a profound, embodied practice of seeing the value in every moment, every object, every breath. It's rooted in philosophies like wabi-sabi, which finds beauty in the imperfect and fleeting, and ikigai, which guides you toward a life aligned with purpose and joy. In Japanese culture, gratitude flows from a deep respect for interconnectedness between you, nature, the people around you, and even the tools you use daily. Think of the traditional tea ceremony, where each gesture, from warming the water to cradling the cup, is infused with mindfulness and reverence for the moment's transient beauty. Or consider the care given to a pair of well-worn chopsticks, kept for years because they carry the weight of countless shared meals. This perspective teaches that gratitude isn't about having everything you desire. It's about desiring what you have, flaws and all. In a world that urges you to chase the next shiny thing, this mindset is a quiet act of defiance, a way to uncover abundance in the ordinary, to root yourself in the now, and to find joy that endures. Let's pause and reflect on your life as it is today. You're likely juggling demands, work deadlines, bills, social expectations, while navigating a culture that whispers you're not enough. Your home isn't trendy enough. Your career isn't prestigious enough. Your life isn't exciting enough. Consumerism feeds on this discontent, dangling promises of happiness through the next purchase, the next upgrade. Yet the more you buy, the more you accumulate, the heavier life feels. Your shelves overflow with things you rarely use. Your mind buzzes with worries about keeping up, and your heart longs for something deeper. Without gratitude, It's easy to feel like you're always falling short, even when your life is brimming with potential. The Japanese perspective offers a way out, not by ignoring your struggles, but by shifting how you see them. By cultivating deep gratitude, you turn your gaze from what's missing to what's present. You begin to see your life as a mosaic of moments, connections, and possibilities, each one a gift, however small. This shift doesn't just calm your mind, it reshapes how you live, love, and engage with the world. What does this deep gratitude look like in practice? It's less about grand declarations and more about quiet, intentional acts of awareness. Imagine starting your morning by pausing to notice one thing: the chirping of a bird outside, the warmth of your favorite mug in your hands, the simple fact that you're here, alive, with a new day ahead. This act, steeped in mindfulness, sets a tone of appreciation. In the spirit of wabi-sabi, it's also about embracing imperfection. Maybe your mug has a chip, or your home is cluttered with signs of a busy life. Wabi-sabi teaches that these imperfections are part of the beauty, part of the story. Gratitude extends to your relationships too. Instead of dwelling on what others aren't giving you, you might focus on what they are: a friend's hearty laugh, a partner's quiet presence, a stranger's fleeting kindness. Even in moments of solitude, gratitude connects you to the world. When you sit down to a meal, you might think of the hands that grew the food, the rain that nourished the crops, the journey from field to plate, honoring the web of life that sustains you. These small acts of appreciation weave together, creating a life that feels fuller, not because you've added more, but because you've learned to see more. The benefits of this practice are profound, touching every facet of your being. Mentally, gratitude acts like a balm, easing stress and anxiety. Research shows that focusing on what you're thankful for rewires your brain, shifting attention from scarcity to abundance, fostering clarity and calm. Physically, this peace can manifest in better sleep, lower blood pressure, even a boost in energy. A grateful heart carries less tension, less weight. Emotionally, gratitude deepens your connections. When you express appreciation to a loved one for their support, a coworker for their effort, or even yourself for showing up, you build trust and intimacy. Financially, gratitude curbs the impulse to overspend. When you truly value what you have, a sturdy pair of shoes, a cozy blanket, you're less swayed by sales or trends, saving money and reducing clutter. Spiritually, gratitude anchors you in purpose. By aligning with Ikigai's focus on what sparks joy, you realize meaning doesn't come from external accolades, but from how you engage with the present. Environmentally, gratitude fosters sustainability. When you cherish your possessions, you're more likely to repair a torn shirt, reuse a glass jar, or recycle thoughtfully, honoring the Earth's finite resources. Contrast this with the mindset of ingratitude, which often creeps in uninvited in our culture of comparison. Without gratitude, you might overlook the richness of your life, fixating on what's out of reach: a bigger house, a better job, a more exciting social feed. You might buy things to fill the void, a new gadget, a trendy outfit, only to find the thrill fades within days. You might strain relationships by focusing on others' shortcomings, missing their quiet gifts. You might rush through your days without pausing, leaving you disconnected from your own heart. This cycle of wanting more traps you in a loop of dissatisfaction, cluttering your home, your mind, and your soul. Gratitude, by contrast, is a key to freedom. It doesn't erase life's challenges, bills, conflicts, or moments of grief, but it changes how you meet them. Instead of seeing a setback as failure, you find lessons in it. A broken dish becomes a chance to practice wabi-sabi, cherishing imperfection. A tough conversation becomes an opportunity to listen and grow. Gratitude transforms scarcity into sufficiency, struggle into possibility. Let's paint a picture of how this gratitude might unfold in your daily life. Imagine you're at the grocery store, tempted by a flashy display of snacks you don't need. Instead of tossing them in your cart, you pause, grateful for the food already in your pantry. You go home and create a meal from what you have, savoring the creativity and the savings. Or picture yourself in a tense moment with a family member. Rather than reacting with frustration, you take a breath and recall a time they supported you, letting gratitude soften your response. Even in mundane moments, like washing dishes, you might notice the warmth of the water, the satisfaction of a clean sink, and feel a quiet joy. These choices, inspired by the Japanese perspective, aren't about perfection, they're about presence. They remind you that gratitude isn't a one-time act, but a lens you can carry, reframing your days with meaning. To bring this practice into your life, start with small, manageable steps. Begin each morning by naming 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be profound. Maybe it's the scent of your coffee, a warm shower, or a kind word from yesterday. Write them down or say them aloud, letting the words settle in your heart. To deepen this, try a gratitude walk. Step outside, even for 5 minutes, and notice 5 things: a swaying tree, a passing cloud, the sound of laughter, and silently thank them for existing. This aligns with mindfulness, rooting you in the present. Another powerful exercise is a gratitude letter. Write to someone who's shaped your life, a parent, a friend, a teacher, thanking them for specific moments or qualities. You don't have to send it, but the act shifts your focus to connection. In the spirit of wabi-sabi, practice appreciating imperfection. When you spill tea or miss a deadline, pause and find one thing to be grateful for, like the chance to slow down or learn resilience. To connect with Ikigai, reflect on what brings you daily joy: a hobby, a chat with a loved one, a quiet moment, and carve out time for it. These practices are simple, but their impact compounds, building a habit of seeing abundance. Challenges will arise, and that's part of the journey. You might feel too busy to pause, or gratitude might feel forced on days when life feels heavy. If you're stretched thin, start with one sense: taste, touch, sound, and notice something pleasant, like the crunch of an apple or the softness of your scarf. If you're skeptical, treat it as an experiment. Commit to a gratitude practice for 7 days and observe how you feel. Comparison is another hurdle, especially when social media showcases lives that seem perfect. When envy creeps in, redirect your focus to your own blessings. What's working? What's enough? Distraction is a constant in our digital age. Create tech-free pockets during meals, before bed, to reconnect with what's real. If you're navigating grief or stress, gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means finding glimmers of light, a kind gesture, a memory that help you carry on. Be gentle with yourself. Gratitude is a skill honed through small, consistent efforts, not a state of constant bliss. This Japanese perspective weaves seamlessly with other philosophies, adding depth to your practice. Wabi Sabi invites you to cherish the imperfect, your quirky smile, your scratched table, as part of your unique story, reducing the urge to replace what's flawed. Kaizen, the art of small improvements, encourages you to build gratitude gradually, perhaps adding one new practice each week, like thanking a colleague or reusing a jar. Motainai, the respect for resources, deepens your gratitude for what you have, inspiring you to repair, recycle, or repurpose, honoring the earth. Ikigai aligns your gratitude with purpose, helping you prioritize what truly matters. Time with loved ones, creative pursuits, moments of rest. Together, these ideas form a holistic way of living, one that values simplicity, intention, and connection over excess or perfection. Let's ground this in a story. Meet Priya, a 35-year-old marketing manager drowning in the chaos of modern life. Her days were a blur of meetings, emails, and late-night scrolling, leaving her exhausted and disconnected. She had a decent job, a cozy apartment, but joy felt like a distant memory. One evening, a podcast on Japanese philosophy introduced her to gratitude, inspired by Wabi Sabi and Ikigai. Intrigued, Priya started small, noting 3 things each night she was thankful for: her cat's purr, a colleague's help, a warm dinner. At first, it felt awkward, but soon she noticed a shift. She began savoring small moments: the breeze on her commute, the texture of her favorite sweater. Inspired by Motainai, she repaired a torn bag instead of buying a new one, feeling a quiet pride. She wrote a gratitude letter to her sister, rekindling their bond. Over months, Priya's stress didn't vanish, but it felt manageable. Her home became a sanctuary, her relationships deepened, her heart lighter. Gratitude didn't erase her challenges. It gave her a new way to meet them. Let's explore more ways to weave gratitude into your life, because the beauty of this practice is its flexibility. Try a gratitude jar. Each day, write one thing you're thankful for on a scrap of paper and drop it in. At the end of a month, read them and feel the weight of your blessings. Or practice gratitude in motion. While brushing your teeth or driving, mentally list 3 things you appreciate. To deepen your connection to Wabi Sabi, choose one imperfect object in your home, a scratched pan, a faded photo, and reflect on its story. Why do you keep it? What does it teach you? For a community approach, share gratitude with others. Over dinner, Ask everyone to name one thing they're thankful for. It's a simple way to foster closeness. If you're visually inclined, create a gratitude collage, pasting images or words that capture what you cherish. These practices, varied and personal, help gratitude take root in your unique life. Another layer to explore is gratitude for yourself. In the Japanese perspective, respecting all things includes respecting your own efforts, your resilience, your growth. Pause and thank yourself for showing up. Maybe for getting through a tough week, for trying something new, or for simply being you. This self-gratitude builds confidence and compassion, countering the inner critic that so often dominates. You might also extend gratitude to your body, not for how it looks, but for what it does. Thank your hands for cooking, your legs for carrying you, your lungs for breathing. This practice, aligned with mindfulness, fosters a deeper connection to your physical self, grounding you in the present. As you deepen your practice, you'll notice gratitude reshaping your relationship with time. In our rush to plan, achieve, or escape, we often miss the now. The Japanese perspective, with its emphasis on fleeting beauty, teaches you to slow down. When you eat, taste each bite. When you walk, feel the ground beneath you. When you listen, really hear. This presence doesn't just enhance gratitude, it amplifies joy. You begin to see each day as a collection of small gifts, each moment a chance to connect, learn, or simply be. Even in busy seasons, gratitude helps you carve out pockets of stillness, a minute to breathe, a second to notice, a heartbeat to give thanks. As you step into this journey, envision the life you're crafting. A life where you wake up and feel the gift of a new dawn, where you hold a worn book and smile at its creased pages, where you face challenges with a quiet strength, knowing even the hard moments hold meaning. This isn't about ignoring reality or forcing positivity. It's about choosing to see the beauty woven into your life, the fleeting, the flawed, the everyday. Gratitude, the Japanese way, is a bridge to inner peace, a compass for purpose, a key to joy that's always within reach. You don't need more stuff, more success, more anything. You need only to pause, look, and say, "This is enough." So, begin today. Right now, name one thing you're grateful for. Maybe it's the light in your room, the air in your lungs, or the chance to grow. Let this be your first step, a seed of awareness. Carry it forward. Notice, appreciate, repeat. When you're tempted to rush or compare, return to this question. What's here, right now, that I can cherish? Let it guide you through meals, conversations, quiet moments. Trust that each act of gratitude is a brushstroke, painting a life of clarity, connection, and joy. You're not just saying thank you. You're building a legacy of presence, of love, of meaning. Welcome to the art of deep gratitude, deep gratitude, deep gratitude, deep